Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us. As above, so below. This is definitely Tuesday. This is Mars Energy. To each and every one of you guys, if this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the Apostle and Pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. To each and every one of you guys, thank you and salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, and to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Palo, Mystic and Adjays, whether you're a Mason, whether you're an Eastern Star, whether you're a Shamanist, or whether you're an Obia worker, whether you're a Hoodoo worker or Root worker. This live is for you, to all of you that are participating in magical practices in the church, also to those that have left the church that still practices the ATR. This live is also for you. What's up there, my love, my Taurus in the house? What's up there, Jeremy in the house? Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys. Excited to be here with you guys. You know that we are growing by leaps and bounds. I thank God for being a small ministry and being able to and being free to actually operate and teach the way that God has designed me to teach. And I want to say to each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for embracing my spirituality and embracing the things that God has done in my life and allowing me to be my authentic self on this platform, and that you guys are receiving this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. What's up there, my baby Scorpio mother-to-be in a very little while. What's up, Demetrius Clark in the house? Appreciate each and every one of you guys, Geminis, Scorpios. And I want to say that I'm excited because of the fact that a lot of you guys are really growing. And to each and every one of you guys, even the people that are watching all around this globe, when they're watching my videos or paying attention to the things that we're doing, even when they come in and they're trying to figure out what I'm wearing and why I'm wearing it, I don't have a problem with that. I want to say to my my moderators, please, sir, ma'am, if they're not being disrespectful, they're asking an honest question. I don't mind debate. I don't mind people coming in with disagreements, but I do not want the disrespect. And so many of you guys, I appreciate when you are tempered when it comes to that. So we allow people to disagree with me. I don't think that people hate me to disagree with me, or people don't believe in what I believe in. I do believe that this platform is based off of understanding that we are melanated people, teaching melanated people about conjure and mysticism, and so therefore we want that to be respected. What's up, Williams Clark? Monique 444 Crab Cakes is in the house. To each and every one of you guys, first of all, I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. Now, those that do not know, I do not teach my personal beliefs or my practices, but what I do teach on this platform is universal laws, sir and ma'am. You know why? Because they apply and are applicable to each and every one of us. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. I also want to acknowledge, first of all, I'm my Sagittarius from Detroit, my baby Sagittarius Stormy. But to all of you all, especially Ryan, all of you guys that are getting your graveyard work, I know that a lot of times I don't post everything, but I have a lot of stuff going on. And what's up, Libra in the house? And I am excited about those that are in graveyard work, and also to those that have got your advanced classes, and just in general, those that are getting my classes. And I'm going to tell you why. It really frees me up to feel comfortable to talk about certain things, because I feel like you can connect the dots because of those classes. And because a lot of times there's no personal benefit if I'm talking something and it's over your head and you're not grasping it and you're not able to apply it, because at the end of the day, I'm sharing knowledge, wisdom, understanding for whether you practice with me or whether I work for you or not, that you at least take the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and still apply it to your life and make things better for you. Because at the end of the day, knowledge doesn't expire, wisdom doesn't expire, and understanding doesn't expire. So it doesn't matter if you're Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, atheist, non-melanated, melanated. When it comes down to universal laws, it applies to each and every one. Now, if you come into this live and you decide to forget that I'm a Sagittarius, that my moon is in Aries, and my rising sign is Pisces, and you come in with the tomfoolery, I am going to roast you and your mammy and your daddy like nobody business. So if you want to keep it cute here, and you want to keep it sexy, and you want to keep it funny, then come in here with some common sense and come in with some rationale. But if you go there, I will bury you there, okay? Thank you so much. I don't understand a whole lot. But now, I have some subject matter. Now, I want to share with you guys, as above, so below, we're talking about Mars energy. And I want to talk about things that are actually going to make a difference in your walk, naturally as well as spiritually. And if you're going to practice an ATR, these are the things that I share with many of you guys so that you do not find yourself in situations expecting stuff from tatas, mumbos, hugans, or in myself, and being more realistic. I am in honor of my head of Risha, Mafedi Fun Oya, and Mafedi Fun Bablu Aye, St. Lazarus. I am rocking Mafedi Fun Ogun. To those that in Voodoo, Ogun Fare. To those that in Palo, Zarabanda, and any blacksmith spirit that you work with that is ruled by the iron, we want to say hello to you. What's up there, Zach Davis? Hold on, put my glasses on because I think he said something about Jesus. I think he forgot he didn't hear the intro. Jesus loves you, man. Now Yahshua loves me. The last time Jesus tried to love me, he tried to fuck me. So I don't trust him, but I do trust Yahshua. Y'all, Jesus, he been fucking over black people for a long time. So he don't even wear condoms and he don't give out kisses. So I don't know what G you talking about, but we can kind of stay with the Yah, the Y, so we can make sure we understand that one is a deliverer. That other one, no, we don't trust him. So I don't mean no funny business, but on this platform, we deal with melanated people. We deal with melanated understanding of the Bible and the precepts. So we don't really, we do not atone, and neither do we confer with that particular aspect of religion and Christianity. Okay, so now that we got that clear, to all of you guys that do not have the opportunity, these are the cards that I read from. These are the 72 names of God. Technology of soul, you will not find the name of Jesus in this. And there's no J in the Hebrew alphabet, which is fire magic, by the way. So thank you for being with us, to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for being a support to melanated people. And here we are. And Brian comes in. Brian Watson said, I am a fraud. What makes me a fraud? And if you have questions tonight, I have super chat. So if you want to get into it, Brian, explain what a fraud is. Because I am licensed. I'm licensed with the state of Florida, so that doesn't make me a fraud. I am a pastor, licensed pastor. I'm a licensed apostle, ordained. What makes me a fraud? My gifts are real. I have clientele that is on my live right now. So what makes me a fraud? Because I told your mama she couldn't swallow. That makes me a fraud. I told her I prefer your daddy to suck me off than her. I mean, that makes me, I'm trying to figure out what makes me a fraud. Because it can't be spiritually, because I have a track record. We're waiting, Brian. We're waiting. Shadow of faith. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, now Brian didn't have an answer. Okay, good. So let's get back to our subject matter. There is my chocolate wafer. Natasha Foster in the house from North Carolina, my aphrodisiac. There's nothing for me to repent for. I'm like, where is y'all getting this concept? None of this stuff is in African sciences, and a lot of this repenting stuff come out of the slave mentality. And repentance means change your mind, and there's nothing to change my mind by, because I still say what I said. This is not, my lives are not for children. They are marked. So find you somebody to play with. Now, my subject tonight is knowing when to respectfully decline an offer or opportunity. Exactly. Now, I want to say this to each and every one of you guys, that when you come on my platform and you are trying to disrupt, then you're going to get muted or you're going to get blocked. Now, I am trying to be gracious enough to allow you to come on with your difference of opinion, but just like I'm not enforcing my religious beliefs or practices upon anybody on my live, you shouldn't do the same. What we talk about here are universal things that affect each and every one of us. And so therefore, it allows each and every person, no matter what their personal beliefs or commitments are, they allow all of us to grow and to learn from one another. But what happens is, because of the Jesus that you actually serve, y'all believe in raping and pilfering people. So you believe in forcing your way. I personally do not believe that a person needs to force their way. So that's why I said what I said. So knowing when to respectfully decline an offer or opportunity. We will be coming from 2 Kings, the 5th chapter. I'm going to read, I might not read all the way to 27, but I'm going to start at the 20th verse. It said, but when Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of God, said, behold, my master has spared Naaman this Assyrian. I am not receiving at his hand that which he brought. But as the Lord liveth, I will run after him and take so what of him. Now, what happens is, I want to talk to all of us that are out here growing and developing. Now, I want you to understand something in life. No matter if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, whether you're a Christian, Muslim, an Eastern Star, an atheist. There are situations and circumstances that you have to evaluate as a grown man or grown woman and determine whether it is necessary to decline somebody's offer or decline somebody else's somebody offering you an opportunity. Now, all opportunities are not good based off of what your goal is in life and what you're trying to achieve and what you're trying to grow. And so when it comes down to real magic, real spirituality, I say to my brothers and sisters out here is that you really need to have a better understanding of your purpose of why you're an Ifa, your purpose of why you are an Obia, your purpose of why you need hoodoo or root work, or your purpose of why you are indulging yourself in the ATR, the African sciences. And why do I say that? It's because even as a spiritual man, I know at a certain point what somebody's agenda is. And when you understand somebody's agenda or somebody's motive, and guys, do not let if they don't have to be a distraction. I give you the power to block. And we're gonna move right on. If they want to come in, they can find them somewhere else, but you all have the power to block. So I want you to understand the reason why I say respectfully decline is because Elijah understood the mentality of the Syrian. And so therefore, he did not want him to believe that he could buy the blessing or the anointing of God. And so he, at this particular time, decided not to receive, because prophets, apostles, Tata's mama, we receive often. Some people call it derechos. We call it over here in the church world donations. But at the end of the day, you're receiving an offering. And depending on what that person's purpose is, there may be times in your life, certain man, that you will have to respectfully decline somebody's offer because of the motive behind them giving. Because it is not the idea that you can buy a blessing. It is the idea that you can give and you sow seeds according to this. You look like Freddie Murphy. Somebody said I look like, I think they're trying to say Eddie Murphy. I think your mama look like Denzel Washington, that's why I fucked her. But, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, when it comes down to situations and circumstances, sir and ma'am, I need y'all to understand that you as a spiritual leader or an individual man or woman, you're going to come into situations that people may be offering you money, they may be offering you connection, they may be offering you things to do, and you have to really be able to discern whether you need to be accepting that offer or declining. What's up, Prince? I had to straighten a couple of these people real quick. But when it comes down to our platforms, and I said this in my other live, that people feel comfortable coming on and depending on how we look and we adorn ourselves as melanated people and to try to mark. But I say to you guys, it is so important that you figure out what man or woman and the purpose of why they are offering you the things and giving you the things that are trying to give you the things that, and you should make a decision whether this is going to ensnare me, this is going to change the trajectory of our relationship, is this going to cause this individual to perceive me in a certain light. And that stuff right there, God, matters when you are trying to be out here in longevity. I do understand that people can give you things with the intent of whoring you out. People can give you things to quiet you down. There are men out there when they cheat on their wives and so they give them diamond rings, they give them roses, they take them out to eat. And when you understand the motive behind a offering, I encourage you at that point, sir and ma'am, to decline that offer, because you shouldn't trade out your dignity and for a dinner date. You shouldn't trade out your dignity for roses. When it comes down to life and people journey in their own particular spirituality, a lot of the things that they need to, if you have questions, God, all you have to do is hit my super chat, and I will respond to your question. But just randomly asking questions without going through my super chat, I will not respond. Okay. So I say that I'm being out of being respectful to you. So if you want my personal attention, and whether I agree with your question or not, you have to go through my super chat. Other than that, your questions will be ignored. Now, I need us to understand, depending on who you are, the standard that you have, and what you're trying to achieve in life, it's going to come to points where you're going to find yourself, even though you may not light a candle, you may not burn incense, you may not affirm spirituality the way that I do, but if you find yourself in a place and you understand the motive of that man or that woman or that particular business or entity, and you might have to go do what Monique said, I respectfully decline. And the reason why you say respectfully decline, because you want to acknowledge their authority. You don't have to be disrespectful when you are declining somebody's offer. You could, Elijah understood the authority and the position of Naaman, and he chose. Thank you guys as you hit that like button, come in. Now, what's our unveiling aim? Pisces and out. I believe that no matter whether it's a natural relationship that you have with somebody in the professional world, or whether a spiritual relationship, acknowledging people for who they are, whatever handle, we call them handles when I grew up in 70s. And that's a yes ma'am, no ma'am, Mr., Mrs. Handles on the name could be president, it could be executive secretary, it could be apostle, pastor, teacher, it could be Tata, Mumbo, Hugon. I address my padrino as padrino, and so therefore it is out of respect. Congratulations, my babes, Sagittarius, Stormy. Congratulations you on your graveyard work. And I'm going to be announcing very shortly what's going to be going on this weekend with me with Paulo. I will be doing Paulo this weekend. My padrino wants me to bring down my cauldron, and we're going to be doing sacrifices on the cauldron, which y'all know that my cauldrons are used for my graveyard work. So it is a big deal for you guys. Like you couldn't have gave and supported yourself in graveyard work at a better time. And all of you guys that are expecting certain things, like I said, I am putting in the work, because I want testimonies on my platform based off of what you have already contributed and how God is manifesting through. So I want to say welcome, Stormy, to the graveyard, to all of you that are a part of that that particular working. Welcome to the fold. It is going to be an exciting ride. I am excited to all of you that have gotten your advanced classes, because I'm going to be doing more videos tailored to my advanced and intermediate classes on my lives. And so I want you to benefit from those everyday magical workings that we do, utilizing that information that is in those classes, so you will understand the benefit of getting a certain type of teaching. Now, to all of you guys that have received packages from me, I told you on the onset that you were receiving, I didn't bring it with me. You will be receiving a packet that is for cleansing, that is I'm utilized in honor of my father in Ocha, which is Bablu Aye. And so it's 17 grains. And so there's 17 different workings that are going to be in there, so you can cleanse yourself. And I already explained in my other video how to utilize that. But I really want us to understand, respect can take you where money cannot take you. I'm going to say this again. You guys, I don't have that problem with. Now, this is what I want to say out of respect. When I listen, I hear people constantly saying the Spirit is speaking to them. And I don't care if that spirit is ancestor spirit. I don't care if that spirit is a deceased loved one. I don't care if that spirit is the Holy Spirit. I don't care if that spirit is Jesus. I don't care if that spirit is one of the Rishas, one of the Loab. This is the mindset and the position that I take, because this is an action. This is the action that I take with people that always talk about spirits talking to them. And this is why I say this. A lot of you guys do not understand that when you lie or you say that a spirit says something and you lie in the name of that spirit or the name of that energy, you are going to receive certain penalties. If you don't know what's speaking to you, don't say what is speaking to you. Thumb of rule. If you don't know if that's your thoughts or a spirit thought, never claim a relationship with an entity or a spirit unless you actually have that, as that spirit speaketh. Now, I want to say this. If you're not initiated into Santeria, Kumi, or Ocha, which means working with the Orishas, and also Ifa does initiation into the Orishas. Now, let me explain why. In order to do divination to communicate with Orishas, you would have to have Obi. Obi is their 4 pieces of coconut that they divine with. Or you're going to have shells through the Delagoon. Okay? If you are saying that in Kisi or the Impungos are talking, you have to have Shamalangas. That is the divinational system by which they speak. To say that you are speaking with a person that you do not have their phone number, you can't call them, you cannot write them a letter because you do not have their address, and neither do you have their email, so you cannot email them. You're falsifying a relationship, and it is not only it is improper spiritually, but there's penalty for saying that a spirit is communicating with you, or you are communicating with that spirit, or that spirit told you to tell somebody something, and that spirit had nothing to do with that thought or that particular message that you are giving out. And this is why I tell you guys to spend time with your Arche. Spend time with your energy, so you know the difference between your energy or your spirit speaking or one of your Eguns or one of the Orishas, because there's already a system by which these spirits communicate. I'm going to say that again. Every African science, sir and ma'am, and I'm saying this respectfully this particular time, because what you're doing, you're lying on those Eguns. You don't, and I tell you, I said it. Even though my government name is Samuel Ely Jr. That's my government name. But my spirit name is very different from that. When I work in Ocha, I have a name. When I work in Palo, I have a name. When I work with Voodoo, I use another name. I need y'all to understand this. Spirits recognize the names. Just like Jacob's name turned to Israel and he was no longer recognized as Jacob, but he was recognized as Israel. You need to understand that. Now, like I said, if you guys have questions, you're more than welcome to hit my super chat, and I will answer them according to knowledge. Now, I want to say this. Every African science, every science has a way of communication. And so in the church, we receive the baptism of the Holy Spirit, and in that we receive the evidence of speaking in an unknown tongue. But then in that particular gifting, we also are supposed to receive the interpretation of tongue, so that not only that we can speak in tongue, but we can profit for the understanding of the tongue. So the same thing goes along with other ATR, even in the church, even the way that Bass, or if you operate with Egyptology or Kemet, if you work with the Goetia, every one of those particular sciences have a way where that spirit communicates back and forth, whether it's through a pendulum, whether it's through water witching. Sir, ma'am, there are so many types of ways spirit chooses to communicate. Now, in the scripture, the Bible says this, that God speaks to his prophets in dreams and visions. That's the way they communicate. Then he said to Moses, the type of Moses, the archetype of Moses, he said, I speak mouth to mouth. In other words, I communicate face to face. Now, how a spirit, deity, God or goddess chooses to deal with man, no tata, nor mumbo, not even myself can tell a deity if they decide to visit an individual. Let's be very clear about that. If the divine or angel wants to come and reveal itself to an individual, that we don't have control over that because we don't control spirit. But what I am saying, that they communicate a certain type of way, and they're going to honor that particular tradition themselves because they orchestrated those traditions. Some divine workings were not man-made. They were inspired by the spirit of that particular tradition. I need y'all to understand that. So a lot of time whether it's coming through reading cards or tarot has a lot to do with the Bible and the Hebrew language. So, and that's coming out of Psalms 119. Tarot, if you want to learn tarot and how that works, you would have to understand the Hebrew alphabet and you would have to understand Psalms 119. Because that's all tarot. All of that's tarot. So, even when you're working with cards and you don't have a spirit, you're out here flipping cards because you read a book, whether it's playing cards, whether it's any form of divinational cards. You know, some of y'all got all kind of the wacky ways of you saying the spirit is communicating. This is what I tell people when it comes down to this. You have to watch what a spirit says and then watch how things come to pass. If that spirit spoke, just like God's word, if God said a thing, and it should surely come to pass. I have that same mentality, whether it's an Ifa, voodoo, Santeria. If spirit is speaking, then it'll come to pass. If spirit is not speaking, it will not come to pass. So getting out here and not understanding how this actually works, and that you're out here saying that Ogun is speaking to you, you out here saying that Obatala speaking to you, you out here saying Ezeli Frida speaking to you. There's divinational tools how those spirits speak in our head. And if you're not initiated, which means that you have not been married to that, in voodoo, you get married to a spirit. And that's you and that spirit have a relationship. In some cases, sexual. If you want me to be very, very, very honest. So that goes on as well. But that is a relationship between an entity and that individual. Thank you, Tronda, for that $9.99. So I say these things because people do not want to follow rules and regulations because they feel like they can walk in these traditions and do whatever they want. And you think a lot of times that because I may be the spokesman, that these are my ideas and my rules and regulations. And sir, ma'am, they are not my rules and regulations. I have to follow them just like everybody else. I have shamalongas over there by my cauldron. I also know how to do throw obi. I also know how to do other divinational in order for spirit to speak to. And then I also have spirits that speak to me in my ori, speak to me in my head. So I need you to understand that I am putting people on trial. In my church, if you're going to learn up under me, and I keep hearing you talk about spirits talking to you, and you saying that you're reading people, then I'm going to test you. Because what happens is, you're going to believe the spirit is speaking to you, and you're going to ignore what I'm saying the spirit is speaking. Especially if I'm the teacher trying to guide you. I can't guide somebody that already feels like they already have a word. And that's not just Chief Apostle Ely. That's any talk to any practitioner. You cannot guide somebody that already feels that the Ogun, the Eguns are talking to them or spirits are talking to them, because they have their own vision. They have their own agenda. And you are not teachable. I'm going to say it again. I cannot teach what's not teachable. And I'm not saying that spirit does not speak to other people, because that's not true either. But it will be in alignment to what is already being spoken. Just like when I do your readings, it is confirmation. I don't care if you're an Ifa. I don't care if you're in voodoo. I don't care if you're in Santeria. I don't care if you're a kitchen witch. I don't care if you a shaman. My readings still are accurate because truth is universal. Truth is universal. I want you to understand that sometimes when somebody offers you an opportunity to do something and you know that you are not in a place or you have not arrived there are certain times when you might find a man or woman attractive, but you, sir and ma'am, know that you're not in a position to actually have a healthy relationship with that man or woman. And you have to respectfully decline their offer. Respectfully decline the opportunity to be with that individual. And I say that if you mean well by that individual. I'm going to say this again. If you, certain man, mean well by an individual, if I feel that I have too many clients that I'm already working on, I will decline the opportunity to work for somebody else if I know that my plate is full. A lot of this, when it comes down to spirituality, is not only being, has nothing to do with conjuring, it's about being a decent individual. Being authentic to the practice and with the agenda of bringing glory and honor to the practice, rather than you out here saying that you have these relationships and you don't have no marriage license. I know that when we grew up, I had girlfriends and they used to call themselves Miss Ely. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't have no marriage license. All that is cute when you're a child. But when you're a grown man and woman, you need to have a license to have those type of relationships with those particular entities, unless, and there's always an unless, because you have to leave room open for God to, or Divine Mother, to do what they want to do. Because if they want to initiate somebody outside of man, who are we? If they want to empower somebody outside of their ritual, who are we? But even in that, they're going to confirm that. Just like my initiations were confirmed, even through my ETOP. Whatever you do should not be an inside revelation, because the truth gonna stand all by itself. And I need y'all to understand that. If you are going somewhere, you don't have gas money, and you sometimes you have to decline. That's why some of y'all are not trustworthy, because you don't know how to respectfully decline not only offers. That's what happened to Gehazi. He didn't see a reason to decline that offering that Naaman was given. And that's what messed a lot of you guys up. Because there are people going to inbox you. There are people going to give you offers. Listen, I'll do a reading for cheaper. I do work for cheaper. I do for various reasons. And you as a grown man or woman have a right. Just like when somebody offers you to go outside of your marriage. Opportunities come to everybody. And this is what I don't understand about a cheater. The reason why the average person that get cheated on so upset, because they done had opportunities to cheat on you and they didn't take them. Can I say that again? They done had opportunities with better looking, finer, or more people that were in better position, and they declined that offer respectfully. And you had the nerve to not decline an offer from a dirty foot. So a lot of times what happens in your relationship, like Gehazi, that you so busy trying to get what you trying to get and trying to siege every opportunity that you get, that you don't understand there's a reason why there was a no. There was a reason why there was a decline. There was purpose behind the denial. And because you so ignorant that you think you the only one that can cheat, you the only one can go outside of your license or your ability, that you don't understand that it takes maturity to understand that everybody that offer you something is not offering you that because you are so good. So let me say this again. I offer certain things, and I was expecting certain people to decline, but they didn't, because the ego is running rapid. When you know you ain't up to par, when you know you ain't got your shiggity together, and especially the fact that you're gonna, and I told you guys, once you get out on social media, ain't no going back. You understand? I don't know who taught you, where your mindset is, but once you get on social media, if you ain't got yourself together, people, let me tell you something, as much as God has blessed me with, people still come for me. If you sit here watching me on social media, and some of y'all know me personally, and how God has truly blessed me, and people still come with the foolishness with me, you don't have what I have, and then you're going to get out here, and then you're going to miss. Because I already know. And the reason why I give certain people opportunity, because I can't tell you no. You don't understand that you're not ready for certain things. And I'm tired of feeling your energy. I'm tired of feeling your mindset as though somebody hindering you from doing something. And so therefore, if you ain't busy for God, you become busy for the enemy. I'm going to say it again. If you ain't busy for the religion, the religion or the tradition, then you become busy for the enemy. Because some of y'all, you don't know how to stand still and see the salvation of God. So therefore, if your wife leaves you home, you don't know how to behave. If your husband leaves you home, you don't know how to behave. If you a stay-home mom or dad, you don't know how to behave because you're being taken care of. Now you abuse that privilege, and now you are doing things outside of the agreement. Remember this, certain man, when it comes down to magic and spirituality. Wise men and wise women understand that every opportunity is not an opportunity that guides them in the direction that they're going. And so they respectfully decline. I've had people pull up beside me and say, do you want to ride? I said, thank you, but no thank you. Because sometimes I walk in for my help. And there's times people pull up, I said, thank you, so God sent you, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? As a grown man or woman, what is wrong with you? Understand, especially when it comes down to spirituality, that you are looking for. Some of y'all want to preach so bad. Some of y'all want to be seen so bad. Some of y'all want to be acknowledged so bad to the point that you don't know how to say, you know what? No, that I respectfully decline. Some of you guys, even in relationships, you can't even take a compliment from another man or woman, even flirting with you, and respectfully decline that. Because you don't understand. They're only hitting at you to tear up your relationship. Some of you can't even see between the line that opportunity is going to cause you to have so much tragedy in your life. So you don't have the wisdom. You don't have the insight because you're so caught up in your ego that you don't realize that this right here is not the opportunity that you need to take. It's almost like playing, if y'all get into, because I'm old school, if you ever did double dutch, it's like going back. You got to know when it's your time to enter into that circle to start doing your jump rope. Because that double dutch, that rope be going like this. And some of y'all don't understand. Every time that rope swing around, it ain't the time to jump in. You got to be able to pick your moment. You got to be able to sit down, count up the cost. You got to know when it's time to engage. You need to know when it's time to say, you know what, this ain't my time around. This ain't, hey, listen, Apostle Ely, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to work with you, but right now I ain't in position. But I'm going to work with you. Apostle Ely, this time around, I got to respectfully decline. Apostle Ely, this I'm ready. Only person that knows that, sir, ma'am, is you. I'm just using myself as an example. Because what reason I say this is because what you're going to do when you don't respectfully decline, when that punishment comes, what Gehazi got, and Elijah told him the leprosy that Naaman had, now you're going to have it and your generation's going to have it. When you don't understand why a man of God or woman of God told somebody no, and you go behind and tell them yes, you receive that curse. You receive that negative energy. You receive that harmful energy. Whatever the reason why that the spirit was telling that person no or declining, and because you went in to undermine that situation, because a lot of y'all not going to take credit. A lot of y'all not going to take responsibility like Gehazi did. Because Elisha asked him, where were you? My heart was with you. In other words, my spirit went with you. And then he asked him, did you take that from them? And so therefore he prophesied on his own servant. Do not serve up under people that you can't respect their decisions. Do not serve up under people that you can't respect their judgments. Do not be a part in relationship with men, women, or whatever. I don't care if you gay, straight, or bi. That you don't trust the judgment of your man or your woman. Because at the end of the day, there is a reason why they have declined certain things. Certain job offers, they decline. Oh, you stupid. You shouldn't decline that. Some of y'all, you don't have, let me say something. I know you don't want to admit that because you've been lying to yourself so long you couldn't admit it if you even wanted to. You don't always have the best interest of your marriage. You don't always have the best interest of your friendship. You don't always have the best interest of your elay, your church, your family. And your judgments are always skewed. Because your motivation is about, a lot of times, foolishness, pettiness, temporal satisfaction. And when you are out here as a real, responsible, tata, mumbo, hugon, parent, wife, husband, Your judgment is always about discerning about the person. There are certain people I bless and let go. I wouldn't want you as a godchild. I wouldn't want you as a member of my ministry. There's some money. My mom taught me this very young in my life. She said, all money ain't good money. My spiritual dad taught me, you do not take the money that is for that has shed innocent blood. See, some of y'all so busy after certain things, you don't know what to decline. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. I think it was last weekend. I put a reservation at a hotel that I normally stay when I'm down south. And so the lady, I was like, she really, she was charging me $391 a night for a hotel room. And so, plus tax, so it's going to be $4 something a night. So, I had made the reservation, so when I got to the hotel, I was checking in, and I told her, she said, so I checked my email because they're supposed to send my reservation to my email because I was driving when I was doing it anyway. So long story short, I get to the hotel, I'm standing in front of the clerk, so she said, I don't see a reservation for you. I don't, do you have the address? I said, well, I looked through my my AOL account, I don't see the reservation. So she said, I said, do you have any rooms? She said, yes. So she said, we have the rooms, and the rooms are $269. I'm gonna say it again. The lady, I'm telling you, a decline. The lady was going to charge me almost $400 for the same room. The identical same room. Double bed. And when I got to the hotel, when they ran, it was $269. Plus tax, of course. But my point is, if it wasn't for her, this is how God bless you. Even some of y'all, when you get a decline, and that's when somebody tell you no, they ain't interested, you always take stuff like that as a negative. Not that it was, because I'm not going to talk about that way. It didn't matter that she overcharged me, because it does matter. But the point is that if that decline had not happened, I wouldn't have got the same room for quite considerably less. And this is what happens in life. Sometimes you think the decline is a denial of you actually walking in your destiny or what God got for you. And it's not. Sometimes that delay is to make sure that you are together when this opportunity do come. Sometimes that the denial is because of right now, if you do this right now, it's too much pressure on you. You're not emotionally there. You're not mentally there. And then it's going to be a catastrophe. I like to deal with people in-house before they go outside the house. Because a lot of you guys, no matter how much I have taught you, no matter what I've said, you don't know how to decline stuff. You don't know how to say no. Because you won't be honest with yourself. Everything I offer you is not for you. I'm not trying to destroy you, but I already know that you're not ready. But if I tell you you're not ready, you're not accepting it, and you keep sending this energy to me. I keep reading your energy. So what I'm going to do is give you an opportunity to display your gift. And I'm going to judge you based off of the knowledge that you have been taught, not by what you actually exhibit. And so what you're going to do, I'm telling you before you even do it, what you're going to do, you're going to grade yourself on a curve. In real life, you don't get graded on a curve. It is or it is not. And in real life, people are going to judge you on your capabilities, and they're going to judge you on what you have the capacity of doing. And so even us that excel at what we're doing, people are still critical of what we do. And so therefore, if you are a basic spiritualist, or you're a basic conjurer, or you're basically hoodooist, you're going to be judged considerably harder than those that are profound in what they do. And so therefore, you got the type of leader that is trying to stop your ego from messing your life up. But I'm going to give you the opportunity, and I'm going to afford you the opportunity. But I'm gonna deal with you according to what I know I have already taught, not how you're gonna grade yourself. Because I've had people I let preach in my church, and they go, "Oh, I did a great job." No, you did, and because you don't live any of that stuff you talking. See, when I preach and teach, I actually live that. You don't have the character not to teach something when you know you haven't mastered it. You're not honest enough, and you're not responsible enough to know that there are people that may take you at your word when they don't even know that you don't live any of that stuff that you're talking about, because that don't matter to you, because you're not that type of spiritual person. You don't have that kind of dignity and respect for yourself. So down the road, they're going to find out that you don't measure up to what you're talking about. But I believe that you need to learn, even in this practice, how to respectfully decline something, whether it is on the job, opportunity, whether it's in a relationship, whether it is form of conjure, knowing where you are, what you have the capacity of doing, and then if you're going to learn up under somebody, be humble. Be humble and support. I'm going to say this and I'm done. I gave a lot of people opportunity to support my hand. I know that I can take them further where I am than they can get on their own. But you're so busy competing, and you're not gonna be honest and say you're competing with me. And I'm talking to the people in my church, but that's what you're doing, because it should not be a problem with you from strengthening my hand and supporting this ministry to go where we need to go. And so therefore, that lets me know. This is why I tell women, you watch other women that cannot celebrate you. You watch other men that cannot celebrate you, because there is a hidden competition going on. No, anybody that is not competing with you have no problem with congratulating you. And anybody that's not competing with you don't have a problem with seeing your trophy on your shelf, on your banner. They don't have a problem. But people that are secretly competing with you, they have a problem with hearing your name being celebrated, because they feel that it should be them, or when is their time coming from. And people that think like that can't walk together except they agree. So sometimes you have to decline people because they cannot walk with you in agreement and in harmony. That's what I'm really talking about. And so that's what I want us to get to the place where it's like your no needs to be solid, and solid with understanding and clarity. And if you get declined, respectfully, you should appreciate somebody saying that to you, because they're not disrespecting you from the decline, because they're saying, I respectfully decline. The man of God, still respected Naaman, but he declined his offering because of his motive. How he came in handling him in the beginning. See, these kind of principles and dignity you don't think about. But that's the kind of man I am on my platform. And that doesn't matter. I don't care what I do. And that's even as a hoe, if you want to know. It don't matter what I do. I come in with dignity. And I respectfully decline certain offers. And I also know how to be respectfully declined without being a problem and a nuisance and an adjutant to people that have made a decision to say no to me. Don't let your ego have you in spaces and places you do not belong or you're not ready for. I hope this helped you. I hope that you actually take this for what it is. And I do realize that melanated people don't like to be taught. They don't like to be instructed, because they think that they're going to find another way to do magic and they're going to excel. There's a reason why you are working with Chief Apostle Ely. There's a reason why your God or goddess or your Egun sent you to me. And so therefore, with that being said, this is an opportunity for you to grow and expand based off of the mindset and the mentality that God has already given me. You are not in a position that is healthy for other people, and you are still willing to share something you have not mastered. You're still really willing to pretend to discern when you're really guessing. Okay? This grown-up stuff. And once again, I got Monique on a reading. Cancer. Cancer. Reading. It is essential, guys and girls, to be in timing. If it wasn't about timing, I would not have been as successful as I have been in this and going through these things, because challenges are going to come, and they are going to either make or break you. And you want to understand, especially those that are in my ministry, this is a church. This is not a botanical. We still believe in decency and order, We still follow rules and regulations of the gospel, but we operate authentically in our own energy and our own chi. And as I have said oftentimes, we understand that the church has done a tremendous amount of damage to people, and people have a right not to want to fool with the church. So I don't get upset with them. But those that are still in the church and want to practice in the church, then you have to still have a certain respect for the rules and regulations that go along in that church. Whether it's the apostolic church, whether it's a Baptist church, a Methodist church, or AME church, it still is important that you consider that you are a part of a coven that is in a church. You are part of a coven, an elay that's in a church. You're part of a tribe that's still church-based. It just said that your pastor has a very strong gift of cussing people out when he had enough. All right. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee that which is in the dark, bring it to light of my eyes concerning Monique, the cancer. Monique, the cancer. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes. What is it that this cancer needs to focus on? What is it that this cancer needs to focus on? She said rejection and redirection. I know that's right. I like that. That's some grown up talk. All right, we got cancer. Comes in shadow as accountability for shadow for cancer. And shadow says mem nun kuf. It said with these letters my impulses towards self-pity, retaliation, revenge are swept away. I see that the victim mentality, the victim mentality is the foundation of all these feelings. I replace that thinking with the understanding that I am the creator of my own circumstances, and I know what I have created I can change. Thus everything changes now. This card right here for cancer comes up accountability, but this is saying that just like you have feelings that are negative and they create, you can also change that and restate that, making sure that you are in control of your emotion and what your emotions are producing. This card right here saying that you are the creator of your own circumstances. In other words, whatever's going on with you is self-created. And then it said whatever you create, you can change if you do not like that outcome, which is very good for cancer. And then you got your middle card comes up, DNA of the soul. It says Aleph, Kaf, Aleph. It says, with this name, I receive nothing less than the full impact of the forces of creation. It said, I restore meaning to my life that often feels meaningless. And it says purpose to a world that often appears aimless. Aimless means without guidance, without direction or vision. It said order returns, structure emerges, and everything is tidied up. This is this is a restoration card. So this card right saying immediately in your intermediate or your immediate life right now, restoration is going on. And it says the full impact of creation, which those are the Orishas. And this talks about adding meaning and what it says adding purpose to your life. And it says also adding order. Order is returning. Things are getting in structure. Then your outcome card comes up, jealousy and outcome card. It says Chet He Va. It says I ascend to the upper world to diminish the forces of darkness that are caused by my envious thoughts or jealous stares. By taking responsibilities of my thoughts and action, I lessen the pain and suffering in the world. This card is about a lot of self-discipline and self-esteem, but self-prophecy. If you will, before you go to bed tonight, Google self-prophecy, self-esteem, self-discipline, and self-prophecy. These are very strong in Cancerian energy. But this card right here saying your outcome, the more responsibility that you take for your thoughts and your emotions, the more less suffering and less things that you will have to go through. And that's your outcome card. So the more that you assume responsibility of your life, the less suffering you're going to do, which is actually very good. So that means that you're actually in control of a lot of things. A lot of things that are happening, a lot of things are going on. It depends on how you handle it. It's whether it's going to turn out in a favorable way or a non-favorable way. But I still would do Psalms 23. I think I got everybody. Once again, I want to say this. I am very, very, very proud of how many of you have joined my my graveyard work. I have more men getting involved, which I'm very happy about that. I was looking at some of the analytics on my videos. I do realize that it can be very off-putting to hear a melanated man talk as strong and as clear and as direct as I do. But we're living in the age of Aquarius where people need to have their own individual minds and thoughts, and we have heard so much watered down and so many people wanting things sugar coated, and we got too many things going on to continue in that type of teaching, that type of dogma. And in order to do real magic and get people back to a place where they're making wise decisions and they're assessing situations with knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And the reason I use those terms, because if you are operating in that, you're going to make your life better, and in turn, you're going to make the lives of those that you are connected to better. When you're trying to be successful in life and you're trying to maintain your happiness and your peace of mind, it is so important about who you allow access to. And sometimes you feel that people will feel that you're declining them because you feel that they're not worthy. I'm declining you because of how you choose to live your life. I am declining you, and I'm respectfully declining because I am acknowledging that you're a grown man and woman and you have value. But until you figure that value out, until you understand why it is important for you to operate and work with me a certain type of way, and that you actually value that in your heart, I cannot trust. I'm 51 years old, y'all. I don't have time to be redoing stuff over and over. I don't have time to be reteaching people over and over. I don't have time to keep as I talk about a lot of times, the sand castle where the wave just keep, no matter how many times you build it, the wave come. I need to see my work. I need to see that you're taking in knowledge. I need to see that I don't have to tell you again about the type of people you associate. I don't have to tell you again how to handle your finances. I don't have to tell you again about how to handle your husband or your wife. I don't have to tell you again about who you licking and sticking in, how to pick the right people for your life. I teach this stuff all the time. I don't need to keep reaffirming something that I've already established. I am a clear, I am a precise, and I'm a great teacher at what I do. And I simplify things. And so therefore, I look to grown people that know what they want in their life and willing, without being coerced, without being deceived, without being ensnared, to make a grown decision as a man or woman and say, you know what, this is what I need for my life. And thank you as a grown man for giving that to me, because sometimes I did not get it from my parents, I did not get it from home, but I appreciate you being honest with me. And I want to see more grown people acknowledging that I have received something from this platform that I did not get from my parents, that I did not get from my upbringing. But I thank you for being honest and direct and not sugarcoating and not watering down this teaching, so I can get a real glimpse at what it is to walk in real energy, frequency, and vibration. Being a real spiritual man or real spiritual woman, and not just be out here trying to make a dollar. Willing to do anything to make a dollar. Looking at everything as an opportunity. That means you don't mind stepping on friends. You don't have a problem with backstabbing people. You don't have a problem with throwing a rock higher. I'm not that guy. I don't have to do none of that stuff, and I'm not going to do it. And God has blessed me, and so therefore I try to teach you how to build your house with bricks. So you don't have to be worried about your house falling down because you done connived, lied, cheated, pretended, all of that. Because at the end of the day, energy don't lie. And whatever you build your empire with is what it's going to attract. And so I'm trying to be a wise master builder. And so I want you to learn how to respectfully decline things that profit you nothing. All right? And please, sir, ma'am, hit the like button. I share a lot of information that I know what it does for me, my children, and my family. And I share this freely on these platforms because I'm believing that not everybody, but there are some melanated people that actually want to grow. They actually want to, and they're going to do the hard work. And they're going to take this tongue lashing, so to speak, because they need somebody with straight talk. Somebody with direct talk. You have conned your way into a lot of problems. It's time to stop. You done lied your way in a lot of situations. It's time to stop, because you don't have to lie to be blessed. You don't have to connive to be blessed. You don't have to do any of that. But you have to do the work on yourself. And you have to have dignity. And you have to know when to decline respectfully. Bow out gracefully. The Bible says knowing whether you got enough to go against him with 20,000 when you ain't got but 10,000. You need to know when it's time to say, you know what? I need to make friends. I need to give a peace offering. I don't need to go to a full scale war with this man or this woman. Because I caught on. I'm going to respectfully decline. Because I don't need no ass whooping in 2024. Because the way this man handling that ass whooping, it's going to be there a while. Pisces reading for my true text. And congratulations on your class. Where's my opinion? I just had it. I do a lot of sharing of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and grown people gonna be grown people. True text. Pisces reading. All right, here we go. True text. You just let me know you're listening. I'm gonna start reading. True text. Just say I'm here, and then I'll do your reading. Pisces. Trying to wait some. I just want y'all to stop letting people tell you that the Orisha's talking to them. If they're not throwing Obi and they're not doing the Delagoon, it's impossible. I've been crowned going on almost a year now. Going on a year. In August the 5th. And I don't walk around talking. Matter of fact, I don't even walk around talking about what the Lord say. And I stay in constant commune with the Spirit. A lot of people be lying. It's refreshing to hear a melanated man talk the way you do. I'm loving it. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Much love for that. Okay. I'm going to read for a true text. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee that which is in the dark, bring it to light of my eyes concerning true text, the Pisces. True text, the Pisces. Eba sanderidiosa. True text. Eba sanderidiokosa. True text, the Pisces. Energy coming in. That which is in the dark, bring it to light of my eyes concerning true text, the Pisces. What is it that this Pisces needs to focus on? What is Eba sanderidiosa? What is it that this Pisces needs to focus on? One more time. What is it that this Pisces needs to focus on? All right, Pisces, Piscean energy. Your shadow card comes up. Passion in shadow. It said, a yin mem mem. It said, this name stokes the fires of passion in my heart and soul. The letters give me the power to maintain serenity, devotion, correct consciousness, Pisces, in my prayers, meditation, and spiritual connection. That's a lot. This card talking about focusing on the things that you have passion about. And you got to always remember, and I see why they said Pisces or Pisces rising or Pisces placing, that if they are not passionate about something, they're not going to get it done. They're not going to fulfill it. They're not going to. You have this card right here is talking about stoking. In other words, throwing wood on the fire, whatever it takes for you to become a effectual and fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. That whatever you do, it needs to be adding fire to the passion that you have to get certain things accomplished. And this says, it talks about your spirituality, because this is talking about your prayers, your meditation, and your spiritual connection. If you want to know what this is, hit the super chat. Then your middle card, Pisces, says order from chaos. It says, hey, Aleph, Aleph. It said, I know that harmony always underlies chaos, and with this name, balance, serenity are restored in 7 days of the week. Order emerges from chaos. Not only will my toast not fall on the butter side, it will not fall at all. This middle card is talking about restoration, something being restored back to you, but it talks about something being restored very quickly. And it also talks about whatever you're going through, that you're going to be fine, that you're going to be dealing with some stuff that's chaos, but it said you won't fall. So that's Psalms 27. And then your outcome card comes up. Recognize design beneath disorder. There's a lot of stuff going on, but you're going to come through it, because all your cards are talking about this discord, chaos or disorder. Your outcome cards comes up, Pisces, Yud, Bet, Mem. It says, when I am overwhelmed with feelings of doubt or panic or with thoughts of doom, these letters reveal the order that underlying chaos. I become enlightened to the Creator's master plan as it pertains to my purpose in this world and to the problems I face. This card is really, really good for a Pisces, because this talks about lighting the way for you, particular Pisces, but it talks about purpose. Purpose for water means, in this context, when purpose is the earth that's around water. That's how we end up with lakes. That's why we end up with canals. That's why we end up with rivers, because of what purpose. And this right here saying its purpose is going to be being revealed more and more when it comes down to what's going on in your life. But there's work that is being done, and you are going to prevail. But there is some challenges that you are facing. But this talks about being enlightened, and this is leading you to your purpose. All righty. Derek Keys, if you want to have a conversation, you're gonna have to come back tomorrow night, and I'll be more than willing to entertain you. But what I want you to do is understand this: if you're gonna come in here spewing your opinions, make sure that you understand that I am quite versed with the scripture. I'm very knowledgeable. I'm very effective about it, and so therefore I do want people to learn. I want people to grow, but I want you to understand I do not teach my personal beliefs. What I do teach is that universal laws apply to each and every one of us, and so depending on, somebody said melanin means monkey. Monkey these nuts. I just hate the way your dad and your mama fight over my nuts. They not that big, but they still be fighting over them. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Appreciate you for being with us. And don't forget to hit that like button and comment. Also, guys, the shares. Also, I want to talk to all of you guys that got your conjure through the cemetery graveyard work. I'm excited for you, and I'm looking forward to the manifestations. Saturday, I will be with my Padrino working my cauldrons at that particular time. And so it could not have been a better time to join us with that. Derek Keys